This is the Agentic Executive. Today's briefing focuses on a key insight you can use to increase clarity, leverage, and decision-making power. Stay agentic.
Quick hook. Imagine a sales assist automation that routed leads using a set of heuristics built 6 months ago. At first, it doubled conversion. Then, slowly, conversion slipped. No one touched the model. The data schema changed, a new product variant arrived, and a frontline rep started correcting outputs manually. By the time the team noticed, the automation was a drag on performance, adding friction instead of removing it. That's entropy in action. Knowledge capital decays quietly and eats leverage.
Here's the promise. In the next 10 minutes, you'll walk away with one core insight, an operational definition of an entropy budget, 3 practical supporting points for detecting, sizing, and containing informational decay, and a single 30-day action plan you can start this week to preserve the value of your agentic systems. Make your next move count. Core insight. Treat entropy as a budget. By entropy, I mean the measurable decay of decision-relevant information inside an automation. Stale reference tables, outdated prompt assumptions, implicit human context that disappears, model drift, and documentation rot. An entropy budget is a deliberate allocation of operational effort and financial resources to keep that information above a minimum viability threshold. It's not a tax, it's insurance that preserves optionality and keeps systems predictable. Put simply, knowledge maintenance belongs on the balance sheet alongside feature development and operations. Support 1. Detect. Instrument the high signal drift indicators you can add today. Performance regressions tied to business metrics, rising edge case error rates, sudden jumps in human overrides or manual corrections, and growing divergence between reference data and live inputs. Add a simple metric, fraction of outputs that required a human correction within a week. When that fraction crosses a threshold, it's a concrete alert that entropy is consuming leverage. Also watch for slow failures, small, persistent declines in CPA or throughput that are easy to ignore but compound quickly. Support 2. Size. Compute a minimal entropy budget using 3 inputs: frequency of drift, cost of upkeep, and cost of failure. Start with a heuristic. Estimate how often core knowledge elements change, weekly, monthly, quarterly. Then estimate the cost to refresh each element, developer hours, labeling, validation. Compare that to the business cost when the automation underperforms. For small teams, bound complexity. Pick one high-impact workflow, instrument the detection metric, and reserve a fixed chunk of capacity, 2 to 10% of your ops or engineering sprint budget, for upkeep. That creates predictability and prevents firefighting. Support 3. Contain. Design operational primitives that preserve option value, fast rollback points, immutable snapshots of model weights and reference datasets, explicit decision stubs and pipelines that record why a choice was made, and a dehydration plan that reduces active dependencies into a recoverable artifact. In practice, this means automated snapshotting before releases, an obvious path to switch to a safe mode rule set, and decision logs that let you replay and diagnose failures. These primitives let you contain entropy when it appears, instead of letting it spread. Action step. A 30-day playbook you can deploy now. Day 1. Pick one agentic workflow where failure costs are visible: sales routing, claims triage, or onboarding. Day 2 to 7, instrument 3 signals: human override rate, edge case error rate, and reference data drift. Week 2, build a lightweight entropy dashboard that shows those signals alongside business metrics. Week 3, schedule recurring upkeep sprints, time-boxed maintenance tied to your predefined entropy budget. Week 4, run a restore drill, trigger a rollback to the last snapshot, and confirm the restore path works in under an hour. Success looks like repeatable refreshes, a dashboard on the wall, and one documented restore in your playbook. A few practical guards. Don't over-engineer. Start with one high-signal metric and a lightweight dashboard to avoid tooling bloat. And bind the budget to business thresholds. If the human override rate rises by X% or revenue per automation drops by Y, the upkeep sprint triggers automatically.
That prevents entropy management from becoming a discretionary line item and keeps it operationally routine. Recap: 3 takeaways. First, entropy is measurable and deserves an explicit budget. Treat maintenance of knowledge capital as product work. Second, detect drift with a small set of high-signal indicators and instrument them quickly. Third, contain decay with snapshots, rollback primitives, and a dehydration plan that preserves optionality. The single next move: add 1 entropy metric to your monitoring dashboard this week and commit a fraction of your sprint capacity to upkeep for the next quarter. Clarity is leverage.
If you found this briefing useful, subscribe to the Agentic Executive for daily intelligence feeds tailored for high-leverage operators. Subscribe now so you don't miss future briefings that turn strategic ideas into operational advantage. Make your next move count. Stay agentic.
Outro. Signals to watch in the coming weeks: a rising human override rate, any unexplained divergence between test and production metrics, and any snapshot restore that fails or takes too long. Treat those signals as urgent. You've been listening to the Agentic Executive. Apply what you learned today and make your next move count. Stay agentic.